All right, some Nigerian farmers have decried the high cost incurred in the production and processing of poultry products in the country.
According to the Poultry Association of Nigeria, the high cost of bird feed due to scarcity of grains is hampering the production of healthy birds for consumption. This has resulted in a sharp increase in the prices of chicken and eggs.
Now, the association condemned the country's export of grains to neighboring countries at the detriment of local poultry farmers. Joining me now is Taiwo Adeoye, a poultry farmer and president, Animal Science Association of Nigeria. It's good to have you join us now.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
From the research I got, you have a very big poultry farm somewhere in Lagos. But the issue there is when it comes to the cost of running a poultry farm or even livestock farm, can you bring us close to the reality of what it is right now?
Yeah, the challenge right now is not just the cost of production, it's how to dispose the product, especially egg.
How to dispose?
We've been having, in the recent time, unprecedented kind of egg lot that in my 30 years in the industry, we have never experienced such. And it's so sad that there was no even movement at all. The picture you showed, you find out that there are more than 4 or 5 days a week production on the basket. That is the kind of experience of farmers.
But from the reports we got from some business people, with the increase in population, there is more demand for eggs and even poultry farm.
That belief that the cholesterol in egg is not good for human being is still there among people. If I may ask you and everybody here, how many eggs have you taken in the recent time? But research has overturned that belief. The cholesterol is very good for you. The cholesterol
from the latest reports from the United States.
Yes, it's good for, and there are a lot of things our brain.
But at the time where the so-called myth was on, or that belief was on, we had one of the highest demand for eggs at the time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, or even 10 years ago.
Can I tell you this fact?
Yes.
Nigerians don't eat egg. In the north, the northerners, the typical Hausa man, eat egg more than the southerners. They take egg with indomie, they take egg with bread when it is when it is cold. And during the Ramadan, they take more eggs. Unfortunately, the trend of egg lot that we used to know in the country is no longer the same.
So what changed? What brought about the glut we have now?
Yeah, one of the problem is the take home of people, you call it, the purchasing power of people. A lot of people have seen egg as being luxury product. But ironically, you still see some people taking pomo that has no nutritional value. Pomo is more expensive than egg that give you a good nutrient. You see a lot of people going for that. So purchasing power is number one. Then the insurgency, the bandit issue, because a lot of egg go through the northern route to the neighboring country, though not structure export. Okay. But a lot of the Mali or those neighboring countries far north, they don't have the conducive environment to produce poultry product. So most of our poultry product move from here to the far north. And when you have all these insurgency, bandit, clash, the movers, the off-takers from farmers are always afraid to go through that route.
So how about exploring new routes, like from Benin Republic or even from Cameroon to all of those places?
Yeah, I think one of the things our government can do is to have a kind of structured export of this product in which you can probably use cargo to take them there.
When you have an association of all of those who are professionals in that regard, what are you doing together to attract funds or capital to do that? Because we have often heard that the government has no business in business.
Exactly. But all over the world, though that's my principle as well, but all over the world, when there is problem with farmers, government come to their aid. Developed countries, we do that for farmers, because when farmers go through the kind of experience we have now, they are discouraged. And a lot of people will close shop, and you know the implication on the food security in the country. So the government should, at this kind of a time, assist farmers. You can look at the school feeding and then buy it off the farmers. That's why we don't even have a consistent pricing, because there are times that
you mentioned a school feeding program. A lot from across the state. We understand eggs are part of the menu they give to children.
When you look at the numbers of eggs being produced, you know our population in this country, more than 180 million. What is the total poultry population in Nigeria? So one of the things we need to do, and the farmers alone cannot do it, the government agencies should assist farmers more to enlighten people. I must tell you that there is a fault among the farmers, because the association is supposed to assist themselves.
Exactly, that's a way to go.
Now, it is said that the poultry farms or farmers are facing, there's a glut in the poultry system or poultry farming and all of that. Now, egg gluts, so to speak. But then when you look at the population of Nigeria, should we be facing that at this time, or should we be having a situation as that?
Not at all. Like I said earlier, the culture of people here don't eat eggs. The belief, which is not too good, the benefit in egg is enormous to our health. It has been said that an egg a day will drive doctors away from you.
Okay, no longer an apple a day, because
it's
now an egg a day.
It has always been.
Oh, really?
An egg a day. You know, egg is natural and is life. Everything that a man needs in a small content of it is contained in an egg.
But then some have said that it is beyond what this beliefs or myth. It is about the value chain, the system, that farmers are not being creative, because eggshells and others can be used for other things.
Yes, a lot. For instance, egg can be turned to powder, and that's one of the problems we're having here. Some companies here, multinationals, import powder eggs, which ought not to be. We've tried to approach them. Let us know the standard they want, and we can produce it and meet it here. I do know that they will have a minimum standard for the eggs, but farmers are ready to meet the standard so that we can turn eggs to powder and they use it. We have some of the multinationals who are in the confectionaries, like Nestle and Cadbury and others. They can tell us, then we will be able to meet their needs. Then, majorly, people still don't eat eggs, and that's why we see a lot of people falling sick. Today, there is this B12 deficiency syndrome problem. I know a wonderful lady that suffered the deficiency, and she became thin. Doctor recommended 6 eggs a day for her, and she came up. So there are a lot of benefit. I've told young men too, you don't need to take all these energy drinks.
Education is at the core of this.
Yes.
So how is your association ensuring that people are educated to understand the value in eggs?
Thank you. For my own association, every year we organize programs on World Egg Day, where we enlighten people of the benefit of eggs. Like I told you, even here, if I ask you how many eggs have you taken in this week, this is Friday. Whereas it makes you look more beautiful. And for men, I'm a scientist, not just farmer. I'm an animal scientist. There is this product, the cholesterol, that is used for testosterone, the sex drive in man, the libido. A lot of people take agbo and all sorts of things. Egg, we solve that problem. These are things we can easily get now on Google. You get those fact about the eggs.
The value
of eggs
can bring
to man.
But then now you have to start looking at the quantity amounts to be taken in. Isn't that also something to be considered by either of the sexes, male, female?
Yeah, maybe female in terms of gender you're talking about.
Yes, in terms of
no,
gender.
No, it doesn't matter. Like a typical American, we eat egg in cake, in ice cream, at breakfast.
We do that here as well.
Yeah,
People
but
still eat cake, people
how
take
many?
ice cream.
How many?
People do that.
And those are the things. Then if you are able to get that, you see egg in all those ones. Then poached egg, scrambled eggs, boiled egg, omelette egg. Go on breakfast. Like I told you the other time, as you are having your breakfast you should have eggs.
Okay,
by the
I
side.
can't have that now because I'm on set. I'm working. Perhaps after after the show, I can do that. But then, there has to be a solution, one way or the other, to all of this. Where does the government come in? Where do the farmers come in? And where perhaps schools and other aspects where children are said to need the eggs the more than even adults. So where do all of these people come in?
The campaign actually will come from both angles. The farmers, the professional association like ours, which we are doing, Animal Science Association of Nigeria, then the government. At the hospitals, people should be educated about the benefit of eggs, not just taking junks. There is this program called Keto, and you'll find out that the calorie in egg is not as much. There's no calorie there, so when you take it, it's good for you. The campaign need to take place for people to know the benefit of eggs in this country, and then we have little problem with our health. Then in fact, all of us can be healthy if we are taking the right nutrients.
So how optimistic are you that the glut will be over soon?
Yeah, we hope, because like I said earlier, there are a lot of things that are associated with it. As long as we can have this problem of insurgency solved, the bandits solved, and there is movement of vehicle from Nigeria to the upper northern areas, we should be able to get out of it.
All right, Taiwo Adeoye, thank you for speaking with us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you very much.